welcome back to the channel. I'm Country Boy, and I put the sass in sarsaparilla. Today, we're going back to the TMNT crossed with the Universal Monsters line made by NECA because I got one of the coolest characters from the TMNT line to ever exist. That's right, it's their buddy, Casey Jones, as the Phantom, or the Phantom of the Opera, if you will, which I think is probably the perfect mixture of characters. If you could think of a character that Casey Jones was going to be mixed with in the Universal Monster line, I mean, it has to be the guy with the mask, right? Which is the Phantom of the Opera. And from what I've seen, I really like what they've done with this figure. He looks creepy, but he looks definitely Casey Jones-esque. So I really am hoping that this fits in really well with the rest of my Ninja Turtles guys. And I'm thinking he will. From what I'm looking at, it looks like he will. So I guess without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging. Dun 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 dun. Or however the music goes with the organ that the Phantom of the Opera plays. I'm not quite sure. I've never actually seen Phantom of the Opera, believe it or not. It's on my to-watch list, obviously. But this is the packaging for Casey Jones as the Phantom Ultimate Action Figure. As you can see, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossed with Universal Monsters, which I've just been loving this line so far. I've really been enjoying the way that they've been crossing these characters with each other. It really looks really cool. So this is obviously not the actual figure itself. This is some artwork that someone has done at NECA, and it looks really cool. Definitely going to be what the figure sort of looks like, but not exactly. It's a painting, if you will. So on this side, there's basically the same thing. Just says NECA Real Toys at the bottom, and then everything else you've already seen on the front page, and Nickelodeon. On the back here is the actual figure itself in different poses and different masks and different accessories and whatnot. I'm not going to read everything here. Go ahead and pause if you want to read everything here. The enigmatic and operatic man behind the mask. Really cool. Loving the way that this is going to look. And then on this side, here's some other figures that you can get in the line. So far, I only have this guy and this guy on this side. I don't have Donatello yet or Splinter. I do also have Raphael, and I also do have Leonardo as well too, but they're not on the side here. So yes, those are all the figures that you can get coming and already here and whatnot. And then on the top, it says ages 14 and up. So make sure you are old enough. Don't be playing with this if you're younger than that. Then on the bottom, there is some credits for you. Universal, because the Universal Monsters, and then a bunch of the people responsible for making the figure. So go ahead and check that out. It also says right here what is included with the figure if you don't want to wait to open it up. And then like most NECA figures do, the box opens up. And look at that. There's a cool image of Casey Jones as the Phantom right there. But why look at the picture when you can look at the actual figure in the window box? Look at that. What a cool figure, huh? Look at all the accessories he comes with. I can't wait to get this thing open. So, I guess there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. All right, and here we have Casey Jones as the Phantom of the Opera. Maybe not Phantom of the Opera, but maybe the Phantom of the Hockey Arena is what I would think, because he's definitely got more of a hockey guy look going for him than an operatic guy. But before I get to looking at the actual figure itself, let's look at some of accessories. So right now, as you can see, he's got these fisted hands on him, and then he comes with 6 more extra hands. So he's got these 2 right here, which are kind of partially opened hands. I'm not sure if they're more for like just like reaching out, or maybe you want to make him look like he's playing the organ or piano or something like that. That's probably what these ones are for. And then he comes with these hands, which are open hands for holding something. They're obviously gonna be holding something. So he does have some accessories, obviously, which you can put into his hands. And this is more of the more of the wider open hands. And these other hands are also for holding stuff, but at least this one here, you can see that it's more for a smaller object in his hand. It's not going to be as big of an object as the other one that you just saw. And this one is very similar to the one I just checked out right there. So it's a bigger, wider, open hand as well too. So I guess it depends on what you want to put in his hands, which are obviously going to be these 2 hockey sticks, because Casey Jones is known for his hockey sticks as his weapons. And yeah, these definitely look like old, beat up, used kind of hockey sticks. They're darker. They got hockey tape all over them, and they'll do some damage. These look really cool. They definitely are something that Casey Jones would be carrying on him at all times. And then there's this big goalie hockey stick as well too. Pretty darn tall too, almost as tall as Casey Jones himself. But like I said, it's like the old school hockey sticks. Got the dark wood look going on with the hockey tape going around it. Really cool, really good detail. I'm liking the way that these guys are looking. And then he also has two gloves. So we'll start with his right-hand glove, which is definitely just a hockey glove that you would have. Old school, again, like the brown, got a bit of a wash to it. Really cool detail. I'll probably have him with his hockey gloves on because I like the idea of that. This guy in like a dressed up outfit with some hockey gear as well too. It really works really well together, I think. And then this glove here, this goalie blocker, if you will, got a cool skull going on with an X, and it's got like some spikes coming out too. So you can totally use this as a weapon as well. It's got the cool red going on. So maybe he's a Habs fan. I'm not too sure who he would cheer for. But I'm more of an Oilers fan, if you wanted to know. Anyways, this is it looks really good. A really good detail. I'm really liking the way this looks. Got a bit of a dark wash to it as well too, so it looks like a hockey glove should, and I'm totally gonna have it on him as well. He also comes with a skull. It looks like it's what you could swap it out for his head. I don't know if this is Phantom of the Opera thing that I don't know about. That there was a skull involved, or maybe he ripped his face off and there was a skull underneath. I don't know. I'm not too sure what the skull is supposed to be about, but it looks really cool. It's got cool detail. It's got the like kind of yellowed teeth there, got the sunken dark eyes. Really well done. Yeah, definitely a cool looking skull. And then there's the other head that it comes with as well too. So this has got like the broken mask. He's got the regular mask on right there. Here is a broken mask. So you can see his gnarled kind of messed up looking face. He's got like boils and messed up teeth and just really kind of pussy looking face. Really mangled. I can see why he wants to cover it up. And it looks really awesome. This is probably the one that I will have him at all times, just because I like that it shows part of his face. Kind of like the old Phantom of the Opera mask, if you will. I don't know about the movie, but I think from like the Broadway show where it shows like part of his face, so it definitely has that going for it. And the long hair really definitely has Casey Jones's look to it, and you can see part of like the strap for the mask going around there. This really cool detail. I'm really loving the way this figure is looking. And then the last accessory he comes with is this cape. So this it's got more of a velvety look to it, kind of shiny. I'll probably put that around him and see how that looks. I don't know if I'll keep it on him. I might like him better without it. We'll see. I'm not too sure. But it does have a wire inside it, if you didn't know that. It's so you can kind of pose it different ways that you want, depending on the movement that you want to have, the motion, whatever stance you want having. So I guess let's look at the figure itself. Looking really cool. Like NECA always does, they go all out with their detail. But yeah, look at that. Look at those eyes. He's got those scary, serious looking eyes. And the mask is just really cool. He's got the bits of hair coming off the side there because he's just got that greasy looking hair. Like he hasn't showered in a while. That's classic Casey Jones, the long greasy hair. Yeah, he's just got lots of cool detail. Got the suit going on up top, and then on the bottom he's got like the hockey pants and knee pads and long socks, and he's got like cleats for shoes too, which I guess would be more of a football thing. But Casey Jones is known for mixing up his sports. He doesn't always stick to one sport. It's not just hockey. He's got golf. He's got football. He's got cricket, if you will. So let's look at some of the articulation while we're here. The head goes down about that far, and then the hair kind of hinders him going back. So he goes back about that far if you need him to. And then the arm goes up about yay far. I don't want to go too much further than that. It's a little bit stiff, so I don't want to go any further than that, like I said. The elbow bends in that far. It's a single joint, but it goes in decent. And then the wrist rotation goes all the way around. And he's got some good waist swivel here too. So Actually, I think you can go all the way. I can go all the way around if you want him to. Look at that. You can do a full 180 degrees in his pants if he wants to. And then his legs, we'll see how they go, if they go do full splits or not. They go decent, not bad. They are a little bit hindered. You can feel like the material here on the pants kind of rubbing. So that's what stops it a bit. But you know what? That's pretty decent. That's a good Van Damme, if you will. Let's see. It goes forward about that far. A little bit of hindrance again, too, with the bit of it's a malleable plastic here, but it does hinder it a little bit. And then the knees, they're double jointed knees, so they go quite a ways back. He's got a pretty good kick. That's awesome. I like that. He'll definitely fit in with the Ninja Turtles. And then the feet. He's got decent movement. I got the ankle goes that ways, and then it goes that ways a little bit. I didn't go too far. And then he goes down like that and forward like that. So pretty good posing. But man, I just love the detail on this thing. It's got really cool detail. This is what you want from Casey Jones crosses the Phantom figure. It definitely has that feel to him. Just really cool. I don't know what this rivet is supposed to be about. I don't know if that's a hockey thing or if that's a Phantom thing. But it's just kind of a random rivet just kind of in the back there. Anywho, not important. But yeah, like I said, he's got the cool biker gloves, like the fighting gloves going on. Just so cool. This is such a really cool figure. So I guess what I'll do next is I'll put on some of his accessories and I'll compare him to some of the other figures that are in this line, as well as maybe one or two other figures that aren't in this line. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I put a couple accessories on him. As you can see, he has the cape. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of the cape or not. I might have to play around with it a little bit to make it look better. I don't know. I might not use it. It's not something that I'm liking immediately. Maybe it'll look better when I play around with it, like I said. Then he also has the gloves on. I do love the gloves, and I do like the hockey stick, obviously. And he's got the different mask on right now, if you couldn't tell. He's got the partial mask. So he's kind of got the gnarled mouth look going on there. So I will do a little bit comparing with some other Casey Joneses that I have here. Starting with this Super 7 one that I have, which is based off of the old Playmates line. And he, size-wise, he's not too bad. He's a little bit shorter, but not terribly. And obviously, they're very different versions of this character. More of a cartoony, plasticky toy version versus realistic, gritty, scary-looking guy. So yeah, that's one version of Casey Jones that I had to compare him with. And then I also have the NECA 1990 movie Casey Jones as well. So this is definitely more of the version, more in line with what this version would be kind of compared to. Probably more of the inspiration coming from this one as well too. So they fare very, very well together. I'd say they fit very well. If you were going to mix this guy with the Phantom of the Opera, boom, right there. That's pretty much what you would get. So that's it for the Casey Joneses that I'm going to compare. I will now try some more of the TMNT crossed with the Universal Monsters line. Starting with this guy right here, the first one that I got, Raphael, who is the best Ninja Turtle everybody knows, mixed with Frankenstein, as you can see. And yeah, definitely, he's still the bigger of the two, which makes sense because he's supposed to be Frankenstein's monster, so he's got to be the big guy. So that's Raphael as Frankenstein's monster. Let's get him kind of in the background now. Next up, we'll do Michelangelo as the Mummy. And again, he's got a gnarled face too, kind of like Casey Jones, if you will. So I like the way that they work together. Definitely shorter than Frankenstein's monster. So yeah, they definitely work really cool. I'm liking the way this looks. Things are looking pretty sweet so far. Let's see, who else we got? Oh, we got this guy right here, the big old hunchback. Leonardo as the hunchback. Again, big dude, but I don't think he's as big as this guy. This guy's tall. He's a little bit taller, which totally works. Looking really cool. This is some sweet figures that I'm really liking in this line. And then last that I have so far in this line is the April O'Neil crossed with Frankenstein, or Bride of Frankenstein, I should say. Which is really cool because I like these two together. And she's obviously the Judith Hoag version of April O'Neil crossed with Bride of Frankenstein. So I think everything here looks really cool, and I can't wait to get the Splinter and the Donatello. And I have no idea where they're going to go with this line after this. I am very curious to find out. I really want to know if they're going to do a Shredder, or if they're going to do some Foot Clan guys, if they're going to do some of the other bad guys from, maybe they'll have a Baxter Stockman in here somewhere. Who knows? I can't wait to see what they're going to do. But before we get there, I am Countryboy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and check out my other videos. I opened up all of these figures on my channel. Which one I liked the most, which ones I didn't like the most. Who knows? Check out my channel. Find out. And then I also do other videos with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We're on YouTube, where we just talk random stuff. Just check it out. You'll probably like those guys. I know I do. Until next time, stay green.